Welcome. My name is Kayla Slater and I will be guiding you through today's yoga practice. Let's start in a comfortable seated position, closing off the eyes and allowing your hands to rest wherever they fall naturally. Feel the bottom grounding down into your mat, maybe shifting side to side to remove some of the flesh from underneath your bottom. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale out the nose or mouth. Spending these next few moments arriving on your yoga mat. Starting to notice any areas in the body that may be holding on to tension. Maybe the shoulders or hips. Inhale through the nose and exhale out the nose or mouth. Again, big breath in and exhale. Maybe you'd like to use this time to set a goal or intention for today's yoga practice. It can be as simple as trying to stay in the present moment or focusing on your breath or something else personal to you. Softening the muscles through the face. Once you have your intention set, you may open the eyes or keep them closed if that feels more comfortable. On your next inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, lifting your gaze, press your palms together. Exhale, hands through heart center, drop the chin towards the chest. Inhale, opening to cactus. Exhale, round your spine, tucking chin to chest. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, open to cactus. Exhale, round through the spine. One more time, inhale and reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, open to cactus. Exhale, round through the spine. Good, returning to a neutral seated position. Placing the right hand down beside you, inhale, left arm reaches up and over. And you might be up on your fingertips. Maybe the hand drops or the elbow starts to fall towards the ground. Just try to keep the left side of your bottom planted into the mat. Option to lift your gaze, looking up towards the ceiling. Breathe here. Continue to ground down through the left side of your bottom. Good, one more breath, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise through center, pausing for just a moment to observe any differences you feel on the left side of your body compared to the right. Beautiful. Inhale, reach. Exhale, left hand down, right arm reaches up and over, moving into your side bend, and maybe lifting your gaze. Breathe here. Wonderful. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands to heart center. Placing your hands down on the mat behind you. Inhale, lift through the chest. Option to drop the head back, opening through the throat. Inhale to neutral. Placing your hands down on the mat, roll over the knees to find your tabletop position. Spreading the fingers wide, press down into your hands and into the top of your feet. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the chest for cow. Exhale, round into cat. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round. And now continue a few more times on your own, moving with the pace of your breath. Finishing one more. And returning to a neutral spine. Good, tucking under the toes. Lift your knees off the mat, hovering just an inch or two. Pressing down into your hands. Breathe here as we build a little bit of heat through the abdominals, firing up the core that's going to carry you around the rest of the day. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk it out. Bending into each knee. Waking up the back of your legs. Getting a nice stretch through the feet, the ankles and toes as well. Hands are pressing into the mat to remain active through the arms. And maybe just a slight bend through your knees as we settle into stillness. You can shake or nod the head. Breathing here. Good. On your next inhale, tiptoe to the top of your mat, folding forward. Feet are hip distance apart or maybe a little bit wider if that feels better. Option to grab opposite elbows and ragdoll sway side to side, releasing tension through the low back and hips. Maybe wrapping your arms behind your legs to give yourself a hug, shifting your weight to the front of your feet. Good, releasing your grip, inhale, lift the chest halfway. Hands can be at your hip creases or to the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. And once more, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Press down into your feet, crouching down into a squat. Inhale, rise and reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Setting your mountain pose. Maybe turning the palms forward if that feels good. Gentle opening across the chest. Feel your feet grounding into the mat. And we'll begin our flow. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, place your hands down on the mat, step back to plank. Option to go straight into your downward facing dog. Or perhaps you have a vinyasa flow in your practice where you want to step back to plank, drop down to your knees, lower to your chest and then chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you have a more advanced variation in your practice, such as full chaturanga, feel free to take it. Otherwise, you may carry along with me. One more breath. Good. Inhale, step or hop to the front of your mat. Lift the chest halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reaching to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands, step back to plank, and take your flow. Baby cobra, or perhaps upward facing dog if you're ready. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. Strong shoulders. Pull your heels towards the mat even if they don't touch and lift the hips. One more breath. Inhale, step or hop to the front of your mat. Lift the chest halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, saluting the sun. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant hands, step or hop to plank, and take your transition. Meeting in downward facing dog. Breathing here. Good. Walk your hands back to meet your feet, folding forward. Taking the 2 peace fingers around your big toes. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale, fold. Allowing the elbows to drift off to the sides. Generous bend through the knees. Using your grip to pull yourself deeper into the stretch as you gently begin to straighten the legs to your level. Good. Release your grip, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sitting back to your heels, option to reach your arms up to the sky or modify with your hands at heart center. Keeping the weight of your body in your heels. Breathe. If you're reaching, envision 2 strings tied around your thumbs, pulling your arms back. Maybe sitting down a little bit deeper. Option to lift up onto your toes for a balance challenge. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your heels, inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, now's a great time to take a drink of water if you need it. Otherwise, remain in your mountain pose, reconnecting with your breath. Good. Returning to your mountain pose if you're not there already. Roll the shoulders back. Turn the palms forward. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, place your hands down to the mat and walk them forward to plank. Good. Option to wave straight back to down dog or drop down to your knees. Chest, chin. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. Good. On your next inhale, lift the right leg high to the sky, 3-leg dog. Option to stack through the hips. Maybe bending your knee to find a deeper stretch. Lifting your knee high to the sky and pulling your heel towards your bottom. One more breath. Square off the hips. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, place the foot between the hands, setting up warrior 1. Inhale, rise. Exhale, settle in. Breathe. Big breath in. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Last one, exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, warrior 2. Checking in with the back arm. Making sure it's level with the front. Feet are pressing down into the mat. Flip over the front palm, reversing your warrior by reaching up and over and taking the left hand to the back of your thigh. Gazing up to the sky. Option to wrap the left arm behind your back, grabbing the right side hip crease for a half bind. Stay with the breath. Good, releasing your bind, inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, right elbow to thigh, left arm reaches up to the sky. If you have a block handy, you may modify this pose by placing a block to the inside of the front foot, bringing your fingertips to the block, gluing your arm and thigh together, and then reaching from here. For more intensity, you'll press your arm to the inside of the leg rather than using your block. Option to reach up and over next to your ear for extended side angle. Breathing here. Maybe taking your gaze up to the ceiling. Good. Exhale, frame the foot. Runner's lunge. On your next inhale, power through the front leg, lifting the back foot off of the mat, high up to the ceiling for standing split. Hands can stay on the ground, or you can take the right hand to the back of your ankle, grabbing hold for extra leverage. From here, continue to lift until you find your edge. Don't worry about how high your leg is lifting. Work to your full edge, wherever that may be. One more breath. Lower the left foot down to the mat, runner's lunge. Pressing down into your left hand, reach the right arm high and twist. Good, exhale, frame the foot, step it back to plank, and take your flow. Downward facing dog, breathe here. Notice any differences you may feel on the right side of your body compared to the left. Good, on your next inhale, lift the left leg high to the sky. Stack the hips. Option to bend your knee, finding a deeper stretch. Head and neck hangs heavy. One more breath. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, place the foot between the hands, setting up warrior one. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale here. Big breath in. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale to warrior two. Good. Flip over the front palm, reversing your warrior. Option for a half bind. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Option for extended side angle. Also the option to place a block underneath the left fingertips. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel down, frame your foot, runner's lunge. Inhale, standing split. Breathe here. Option to grab the back of your ankle, lifting even higher. One more breath. Exhale, lower the foot to the mat, runner's lunge. Press down into the right hand, inhale, left arm reaches high. Twist. Good, exhale, frame the foot, step back to plank, and take your flow. Meeting in downward facing dog. Good. Feel free to hold here for the next 5 breaths, or you can drop down to child's pose, taking the knees wide, big toes together, sitting back to the heels. Breathe. Good. On your next inhale, return to your downward facing dog if you're not there already. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Option to reach to the sky or bring hands to your heart. Maybe lifting up onto your toes. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release your heels. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Mountain pose. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, place your hands to the mat, walk it up to plank, and take your flow. facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, place the foot between the hands, setting up warrior one. Inhale, rise. Breathe here. Opening the arms wide, lifting your gaze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Flip the front palm, reverse. Inhale, side angle. Option for extended side angle, or perhaps maybe reaching both arms, creating kind of a Y shape. Lots of core. Good. One more breath. Exhale, frame the foot, runner's lunge. Inhale, standing split. Can you lift a little higher? Lower the foot down to the mat, runner's lunge. Inhale, right arm reaches high. Exhale, frame the foot, step it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, place the foot between the hands, setting up warrior one. Inhale, rise. Exhale here. Opening the arms wide, lift your gaze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Inhale, side angle. Again, option for extended side angle or extending both arms. Trying to pull the right shoulder back. One more breath. Exhale, frame the foot, runner's lunge. Inhale, standing split. Breathe here. Good. Lower the right foot down to the mat. Inhale, left arm reaches high, twist. Exhale, frame the foot, step it back to down dog. Step your feet wide on the mat. Walk your hands a little bit closer back towards your feet. So we're in this wide down dog. And then thread the right arm through, grabbing the left leg wherever you can, pulling yourself into a twist, gazing underneath the left armpit. Breathe. Place the right hand down, switching sides. And place the left hand down, walk it out to downward facing dog. Good. On your next inhale, drop down to your knees, tabletop. Beautiful. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. One more, inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale to neutral. Tuck under the toes, send hips high, downward facing dog. And then walk, step, or hop your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take a drink of water. Reconnecting with your breath if you lost it. Good. And then If you have a strap handy, grab it. You can also use the belt of a robe if you would like, or you don't have to use one at all, just an option. We're gonna work into Warrior 3. If you'd like to take the variation with a strap, grab one. And then we'll step to the center of the mat. So if you're using your strap, step the right foot into the strap, holding each end, pull it tight. If you're not using a strap, then you'll just bring your hands to heart center. Grounding down through the left foot, start to hinge from the waist, working to eventually make the shape of a capital T. Trying to create a straight line from your head to your heel, and the strap will really help with that. Good. Maybe a soft bend in the knee of the standing leg. As you get comfortable, you might start to straighten out that leg. Breathe. Look 2 to 3 feet out in front of your mat. And remember, if you're not using your strap, you can have hands to heart center or any other arm variation that's in your practice. Keep pressing into the left foot. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale here. And switch. Grounding down into the right foot this time. Inhale. Exhale, hinging from the waist, picking up the left foot. Breathe. Warrior 3. Notice if this side feels any different, perhaps more challenging, or maybe easier on this side. If you fall out at any point in time, it is absolutely fine. Just make your way back into the pose. And we'll take 3 more breaths. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale here. Set your strap off to the side and go ahead and have a seat on your mat. Bringing the soles of your feet together and opening the knees out towards the sides. Long spine. Inhale. Exhale, hinge from the waist. Round angle pose. On your next inhale, bring yourself back to seated. Grab the outside of your knees, help them back together. Plant your feet on the mat. Place your hands behind your hips facing forward, fingertips pointing towards the top of your mat. Feet about hip distance apart. Here we go, reverse tabletop. Inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips as high as you can. Breathe. Lift a little bit higher, you got it. Beautiful. Exhale, lower your bottom down to the mat. Let's windshield wipe the legs side to side. Okay. Lifting up to a seat. Extend your arms out in front. Big breath in. Exhale, lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Challenging yourself to go nice and slow. When you reach that point where you just want to drop on your back, see if you can lift up an inch or 2, and exhale, lower the rest of the way. Beautiful. Hug the knees into your chest, rock side to side. Opening the arms up to a T, hover your knees. Big breath in. Exhale, drop your knees over to the left and turn to look to your right. Pressing your shoulders into your mat. Inhale through center. And exhale, drop the knees to the right, turn your head to the left. Again, pressing your shoulders into the mat. Inhale through center, hug the knees into your chest. Lift your forehead up towards your knees, curling up into a ball. And then lay all the way down on your back, soles of the feet together. Place one hand on your belly and the other to your chest. Close off the eyes. Feel your breath, allowing it to return to its natural rhythm. Beautiful. When you are ready, extend your legs out long. Let your arms rest by your sides, maybe turning the palms up if that feels good. Allowing the toes to drift off to the sides. Getting any last movements out that you need, or brushing the hair out of your face. See what you can do to make yourself just a little bit more comfortable. And then we'll spend these final moments here in silence. Shavasana. This is the time to absorb everything you put into your practice and maybe get a little closer to your true self. If you would like to take a longer rest, please pause the video now. Otherwise, we'll begin wiggling the fingers and toes, rocking your head side to side, reaching arms and legs in opposite directions for a full body good morning stretch, feeling the space that you created in your body. Hug the knees into your chest, rock side to side. You may either roll onto one side and press yourself to sitting, or grab behind the knees and rock and roll your way up to a seat. Finding our Sukhasana, easy pose. Close the eyes. Let your hands rest wherever they go naturally. And notice if you feel any different right now compared to the moment we started this class. Checking in with your intention and noticing whether or not you were able to stay with it. Perhaps forming an intention for your next class. Bring your hands to your heart. Please thank yourself for setting aside this time to practice today and for coming to your yoga mat. And I thank you for sharing this time with me. Be well, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.